Welcome back to another video of Not So Special Teams. My name is Caleb Brickers. I'm joined by Brandon Solomon, and today we're going to be going over our edge rusher rankings. Yeah, my 10 through 6 is R. Mason Thomas, Gabe Yakis, Zion Young, TJ Parker, and then Akeem Mesidor.
My 10 through 6 are Gabe Jackus, Malachi Lawrence, PJ Parker, Zion Young, and Cassius Howell.
So first I want to talk about my honorable mention, who is really close to being in my top 10, Derek Moore. Um, I think Derek Moore's a little bit underrated. He's kind of just flown under the radar this year, but he's a really good pass rusher, as you can see by his 92.4 pass rush grade. And he's not bad in the run either, but he was really efficient. He won about 20% of the time um, pass rushing. I mean, he was just great this year. He has great size and length for the position. Um, he's got a great anchor against the run, which I didn't expect from him, but he does struggle to get off of blocks. He also lacks the bend to get around the corner. If he goes far upfield, he kind of just gets pushed out of the play. He can't really complete a sack that way. Um, and then he doesn't have great counter moves or quickness, which kind of limits him as a pass rusher. But his bull rush is very dominant. So that was kind of on display at the Senior Bowl, and I mean, I think he could really take that somewhere in the NFL, kind of like the way that Jared Verse did. Um, yeah, that's really all I have on Derek Moore. So we can go to Malachi Lawrence for you.
Um, Malachi Lawrence, he is a designated pass rusher. He's not really great against the run. Not necessarily because of a lack of size. Like he's not the biggest dude, but he could still make an impact in the run with his frame. I think the biggest problem is he just doesn't care that much. He's kind of soft in the run game. Like he really struggles if he gets double teamed. His gap integrity isn't the best. But he's an amazing pass rusher, I think. He has long arms. He has a really high pressure rate. He's really quick off the line. He has he has a wide arsenal of pass rush moves. He's not like a one trick pony. He has good hand use. Like he never really has his hands not doing anything. Like they're doing something the whole play. He's always like reacting to what the offensive lineman is doing. He has a really good bend, I think, and he plays through the whistle on pass rush plays. So his frame is a little weird. He kind of reminds me of Jack Sawyer, where like just looking at his weight, he seems fine, but a lot of the weight for him is in his upper half. Like his lower body isn't as strong as you would think it is for a guy of his frame. But he's still a guy I like a lot. I think he could definitely earn a role as like a third down pass rusher on a lot of teams.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a designated pass rusher, but he's really good at that. I mean, if you can already have the run defense like covered, and you bring this guy in as like a second or third round pick to be your designated pass rusher, he can really get after the quarterback. That 89.5 pass rush grade does not lie. He's really just, he wins really well. He has good counters. He has good first moves. He's a good athlete. Like he's a better athlete than I expected him to be. Like looking at his combine numbers, he's really fast. He also just has insane length. Like I wish he could use it better in the run, but like you said, he doesn't have the lower body strength to be able to create an anchor as a run defender. Um, yeah, and then he just needs to watch his leverage a lot.
Mhm.
But other than that, like as a pass rusher, this guy's like the whole package. He can really get after the QB.
Let's talk about our Mason Thomas.
Yeah, I really liked R. Mason Thomas. I don't know. I expected him to have more snaps in this. But he was really efficient this year. Like he was a good run defender and a great pass rusher. His pass rush win percentage being a 20.3 is exceptional, but he only had 191 pass rush snaps. So all of his stats are pretty low, but he's got, I mean, decent arm length, not great, but not like awful. He's a little bit smaller at 6'2", 241. So I think he'll play an outside linebacker role in the NFL. But as a pass rusher, he shows so much promise. He just has elite like twitch and speed. He shows great bend. He gets under the pads of tackles with his speed to power and his pound for pound strength. Just like he surprises a lot of tackles with that speed to power. Yeah, he's really explosive and he recovers well. Like he has really good recovery. If he's ever off balance, he gets like back to position really easily. I think his cons for me, he just misses a lot of tackles, which is yeah, he just can't really be a run defender in the NFL, and he needs to work on his anchor as well.
Yeah, so I don't really have anything to add. I mean, he's an undersized guy, like nothing that you didn't say. Like, I mean, he's a pretty undersized dude, but he's quick. Um, Probably a designated pass rusher. I don't really see him uh playing, stopping the run ever just because of his size and like his he abandons his gap a lot. Like the run game just doesn't speak to him, I guess. Something I did notice as a pass rusher for him against good offensive tackles, like offensive tackles who are like quick to get into their drops and ones who are bigger than him, which most of them are, he'll like widen his arc and he'll give up leverage. Like he'll stand up. I mean, he just loses all his leverage and then he loses rep because of that. And
Yep.
he just gets like they just like he just rides way past the pocket. He's just out of the play.
Once a tackle gets hands on him and really pushes him out, he can struggle against that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, let's talk about Gabe Akis. I love his wrestling background, and I think it adds to his game a lot because he's just a violent player. He uses his power a lot. He's just he's got a lot of experience. He's played a lot. And then he has a lot better bend than you'd expect for someone with his kind of power profile. Um, but he struggled a lot against the run, seen in that 64.3 run defense grade. That's just being 260, 6'4", the 33-inch arms. You'd expect him to be a much better run defender than that. And I feel like if he goes to the right system, he could develop to be that run defender. But right now, he's just a third down specialist. He's going to be a pass rusher, designated pass rusher for you. Uh, but he won like almost a fifth of the time. He got a lot of hurries, hits, sacks. He was a great pass rusher. Uh, I think he's explosive and pretty twitchy. And he's really good when the tackle tries to get hands on and swiping those, keeping his chest clean. Yeah, I think he just needs to get better angles in the rush or change up his pass rush like plan a little bit more.
Mhm. Yeah. When I watch him, um, he has like the perfect frame, I think. Like he doesn't really have any dead weight. Um, he's got I like he has versatility, like lineup versatility. He can line up on the edge. I wouldn't say like on the inside, but like he could line up above the tackle, like on the guard's outside shoulder. And he can win those inside reps. So he's scheme flexible, I think. He is a little slow. And like you said, he's not the greatest run blocker or run defender. Um, just because of his leverage, he doesn't really utilize leverage well against the run. And he isn't the most secure tackler. He misses a lot of tackles. He also has a pretty limited bag. Like he's kind of bull rush and that's it.
Yeah, I agree. He could be picked in the second round. He could even be a late first round pick, if the guys earlier than this go much earlier in the first round. Yeah, you can talk about Zion Young here.
I like his frame. He has a really good frame, like a good build, I think. Um, he's what makes him stand out in this class, I feel, is that he can when he's not a liability against the run. Like he can rush the passer and he can defend the run. Like the only other guys on here that we're going to talk about with that ability really are going to be Heldrick Falk and like Ruben Bain. He has really good hand usage in the pass rush. He has a really nice swim move. Uh, he has a diverse bag. He doesn't just rely on a swim or a bull or like a ghost move, whatever. Like he can hit you with a different thing every play. He can line up similar to Gabe Jacobs. He can line up in the dirt or on the edge. Like you have him 9-7 tech, like at the 9 or the 7. Um, he's really nice motor. Like he does not give up on plays. I like his bend. His bend is really nice. Um, he's also really aware. Like he's really good at sniffing out like screenplays, halfback draws, like read options, just like all those kind of sneaky plays. Like he diagnoses those really quick. He's not explosive or not explosive. He's not like really quick off the ball. Like, he doesn't have like that instant reaction when the ball is snapped, which does lead to him losing some reps just because the tackle gets, where they need to be before he can really do anything. Um, but his pad level is a little inconsistent. I don't think it's a huge deal. I think that'll probably go away if he gets good coaching in the NFL. There's something I do want to talk about. This doesn't really impact him as a player, but um, in late, um, just because of what happened with James Pierce, he did have some off the field concerns. So this seems like something that should be brought up. He does have a misdemeanor assault charge and a
Okay.
DWI.
Yeah. Yeah, those definitely shouldn't just be like pushed under the rug now. Like off off the field concerns are they're real.
They
And
are
especially over the last few years, there's been
we
so
just
much more
see
like light shed
more and
on
more. Yeah.
all these arrests and players getting suspended because of these things, and just a lot of like controversy in the NFL because of players' mentalities and their decisions.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I like what you were talking about with him, just about like his size. He's really good in the run game. And honestly, I think he might be one of, if not the best run defender in this class. Maybe Keldrick Fall beats him out directly there. But he's just one of the only edges that really secures tackles. Like
Mhm.
him and Keldrick Falk secure tackles. I feel like a lot of the other edge rushers struggled with that. Um, but some things that I did see with him, actually, I'll talk about more good things. He has a good like inside rush moves. Like I really like to see that, but I do think he struggles getting beyond the tackle. Um, I feel like he doesn't have counter moves. Like he just like he switches up his moves play to play, but really doesn't have a second option if his first move fails. I also think he really struggled when the offensive tackle got like his hands on him. Like once they
Okay.
deliver that punch, he kind of just stands still, doesn't know what to do. And then, yeah, the last thing you mentioned was his bursts and speed. It's not good, like right off the snap. He's not really good, like right off of his bend. He doesn't show great speed. Um, so he struggles a little bit with that. But I think his variation in the pass game is really good. If he develops a counter, he could be a good pass rusher. TJ Parker. Do you want to talk about him? Or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can talk about him. Um, He's another guy I think has a really nice frame, like prototypical edge build, like 6'5" ish, give or take an inch, like 260 range. His ability to strip the ball from the quarterback, like I know it didn't really show this year, but Clemson as a whole kind of had a down year. But in 2024, he had six forced fumbles. Like that doesn't happen by coincidence. He's also pretty good at reading the backfield while rushing. So he can adjust like his pursuit angle to chase the running back really well. Um, he has good hand use. He attacks like the outside of the blockers to get around them, like to get around that corner. Um, and when he does it, or he tries to do that, and when he does it right, he usually gets the pressure. He wins the rep. Um, he has flexibility dropping into zone. Like Clemson did that a decent bit for him, and he doesn't like he knows what he's doing out there. Like he's not like Fred Warner, but like he is a guy that you can have drop into coverage, you know, to just like confuse the quarterback, right? Um, his weaknesses, he's not the fastest, and in terms of like his get off and straight line speed, so he needs to, that's just you can't really work on that. That's kind of just he just ain't the fastest. Um, he also does struggle against like pulling blocks, like pulling guards, like tight ends, just anyone in motion coming to block him. And when the play does not go to his side of the field, he kind of like gives up on it.
Yeah, I think he struggled a lot against like just immediate contact against the run.
Hmm.
His first like hit or when he was getting hit, he really gets pushed back and just like driven off his spot. Kind of lacks the anchor against that first hit, and then he kind of adjusts right after to sit down. Um, but I think he has good upper body strength. He just needs to use that a little bit more in the run game. His 2024 like film and production was so much better than this past year. And I mean, that was of course the entire Clemson program just declined. Don't know what's going on over there.
Hmm.
But yeah, the point you made with the forced fumbles, they have to be like running that every day at practice with Avion Terrell and
And
TJ
maybe on
Parker getting
Terrell,
all
yeah.
of these. Yeah, like I mean, they have to be running those drills. Um, but yeah, I think his long arm's really good. And he uses his hands well to get off of blocks. He has a good like toolbox. He uses a lot of pass rush moves, and he's a more fluid athlete than I expected at first. So I like that. His speed is pretty good, but he doesn't have like he's not very twitchy. Doesn't have elite burst. Yeah, and because of that, he's slow off the ball. And then I also saw him a lot getting square with the offensive tackle, and then he's just done. Like that's all he does. Once he gets square with the tackle, he kind of just gets taken out of plays.
Okay, so yeah, Akeem Mesidor, he is a little small at 6'3", just under 260. Um, he is also an older prospect, so you kind of know if you're drafting a guy you want to develop into like a high tier starter, this is not your guy. He's very much you know what you're getting from him. He's probably going to start right away because he's going to be 25 when the season starts, but he ain't going he ain't going to be no Myles Garrett probably. Um, but he does have a good variety of pass rush moves that he can sequence. So like he can counter the tackle or the guard depending on where he lines up. He's really good at like anticipating the snap. He's got great burst. He's really good at punishing tackles if they overset the edge. Like he'll just swim right inside. Um, he's also really good against the run. He sits a firm edge. He's scheme versatile. You can play him in a 3-4 or a 4-3. He can line up different parts of the D line. Um, and then just talking about his weaknesses, like he's a little small. Um, Sometimes he over pursues angles, which does lead to him missing a tackle. He also does have medical concerns. He had he's had multiple foot injuries, I believe. So that's just something to be aware of.
I think it was 2023. He only played a few games because of his foot
Yeah,
injuries.
he only played three
Um,
games.
yeah, but I mean, he's been in college for a minute,
Mhm.
bounced around a few schools, originally from Canada, which is crazy. So he's got a cool story. I have three like really big knocks on him, and then I'll get to all the strengths.
Mhm.
Um, my first knock is that he doesn't have like the best like height or length. It's not bad. It's just okay.
Yeah.
Second is his speed to power is just not great. He really can't use speed to power at all. And then the third knock I have on him is that he's maxed out. He's 25. He really can't put any more weight on him.
Yeah.
And he was actually a lot heavier at a point because he had so much weight. I think he was playing D tackle for a minute and they had him put on tons of weight and they cleaned that all off. Um, and that leads me to a few strengths. I think he's excellent on the interior with all his D
Mhm.
tackle experience. Yeah, I think he's a 3-4 D end. He has a lot of potential from the interior as a pass rusher just because of his experience as a D tackle. And then once he dropped all that weight, he was so much more agile and he's able to move these guards whichever way he wants. He has a really good like Euro step that just it allows him to cook guards and tackles. Um, yeah, I mean, he's a great pass rusher and a really good run defender, like maybe even a great run defender. Um, yeah, he had tons of production this year, but really before that, he wasn't the most productive player. Like this was a good breakout year for him. He hasn't been bad a few years before that, but this is definitely a breakout year for him.
Mhm.
Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, I saw his rib move was great. He was pretty quick and powerful. Um, and then he also stripped the ball a good amount. Um, but yeah, I think another thing is he was on a really good D line this year. And I guess this is
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was
the same with a lot of the edge rushers in this class, is they a lot of college teams just stack up their D lines. Like they put all their money into D line. Um, and
he
so
did not face a lot of double teams.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they really just couldn't afford to double team him with his partner in
Ruben
crime,
Bain
Ruben Bain,
on the other
and
end.
their D tackles were great too. Um, but he got moved around like all over the line. Really good from the interior, really good from the outside. He could play pretty much anywhere. And he's got good size and agility to do that. Thank you guys for watching, especially if you made it to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe, comment something. Please just try and blow up the channel.
Please, 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 please,
Please.
please, please, please.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.